Greetings and welcome to the Gonzo Glimpse. My name is Nick Gonzalez, and today I am joined by a very special guest, my mother Dawn. Thanks for coming on the show today with me, Dawn.
You're welcome, Nick.
My family consists of my mom, my dad, myself, and my brother Brock. However, my brother Brock struggles from a series of disorders. He is autistic, he suffers from cerebral palsy, he is legally blind, and he also has a seizure disorder. Currently, my brother Brock is 13 years old, and today we are here to discuss with you the differences in raising him at 13 and raising me at 13. So Dawn, what are some of the differences that you face every morning when getting Brock ready for school compared to maybe when I was 13 getting ready for school?
Well, some of the differences are that Brock isn't self-sufficient. He doesn't eat on his own. He's not able to get his own breakfast. He's not able to get his own clothes or wash himself or brush his teeth. And Nick, when you were growing up, you basically were pretty self-sufficient. You'd get your own clothes and you'd feed yourself and get yourself ready for school, and sometimes even get yourself to school on your own.
So really it's like, you know, raising, say Brock's 13, but really it's like he's 3 years old, kind of way. So I think it's important to note that Brock cannot communicate verbally. Whereas if you would ask me to do something, such as take the dogs out, you could do that in a verbal way and I can respond to you yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
With Brock, it's a little bit different than that. What are some of the ways that you can get through to him so he can understand what you're saying and get the message across properly?
Well, I physically have to prompt Brock to do things that I want. If I want him to pick up his toys, I physically have to get Brock and bring him to his toys and put them away. Where when you were growing up, I would basically just tell you, Nick, put your toys away. For things that I want him to do as far as eating and things like that, I have to bring him to the table and have his dinner there for him. He's not able to get his own dinners and things like that. So it's much different compared to when you were much younger.
So now that we've established a little bit of Brock's home life, along with the way you communicate with him, I think it's also important to mention that he's 13 years old and goes to Meeting Street School.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a kid at 13, you could just send me on the bus, go to school for the day, come home, do homework, and get on with my life. How is he different in that matter? Whereas how is his schooling different from mine at that age?
Well, how his education plan is implemented is that we every year do an IEP, which is it's a structured learning process for Brock. He doesn't learn, every child in the classroom doesn't learn the same way. Every child has a different way of learning and a different plan of what they need to learn. Where when you were in school, you know, I mean, you took your basic English, math, history. You'd come home with your report card. Where Brock, it's much different.
So as we're concluding right now, is there any message that you would like to give to any mother who may be in the same scenario as you, or approaching the same scenario as you, perhaps? Having 2 kids, one older than the next, or vice versa, just the same situation. What kind of advice would you give to a mother who may have to deal with the same problems or challenges?
Well, I would probably say to them to be positive and always understand both children. Never try to compare both children. Try to be patient and always accept who they are and what they do. And always look out there for whatever, like for Brock, I'm always looking for different things for him and different ways to, you know, to keep his life going. Where Nick, you know, you seem to know, Nick knows where he's going. But always be positive.
That is all the time we have here today. We hope that we were able to raise awareness in the differences of raising somebody like me and somebody like raising Brock at the age of 13.